Time now for Insight. Friday marks 5 years since a devastating earthquake and tsunami rocked Japan. The cost of the disaster, both in terms of lives and money, is still being counted. It's hard to forget images like these. They are burned into the psyche of people in Japan. The world watched in real time as a 10-meter wave tore through coastal towns and cities. Everything in its path swallowed up or washed away. That includes the Fukushima nuclear plant.
There are areas in the ocean where there is still a problem, and we need to know these areas as precisely as possible. And that's very important information for the fishermen, because there are other areas where it is safe and where we see that fish that is catched is actually safe to be sold.
Some 80% of that plant's radioactive material spilled into the sea. Scientists predict this area around the plant, both on land and in the water, could be uninhabitable for at least the next generation. We wanted to get a better sense of what life is like for the people who lived in those affected areas. CCTV's Terrence Terrashima has insight.
Nothing has changed, said Ko Sato, who lived all his life in his coastal town, lost his house and liquor store when Minami-Sanriku was swept by waves of tsunami 12 meters high. 5 years on, very little have changed. Only the debris changed to piles of sand. Years yet until the coastal cities are properly rebuilt. Sato and his son expect to continue living and running his business out of temporary housing for a number of years yet.
Even if we could start building homes, we would need a mortgage and it would take years to pay it off. I think the recovery will only be complete when all of us have repaid our debts and can live in peace.
Reconstruction of ruined cities are taking longer than first anticipated, mostly due to bureaucracy and lack of funds. The city of Minami-Sanriku was devastated by a huge tsunami, so high that it engulfed the municipal building right behind me. One of the reasons that the reconstruction and recovery work is going slowly is because they have to raise the ground by 10 to 20 meters before they can start rebuilding the city. Cities have to be rebuilt from its foundation and residential areas relocated to high grounds. The reconstruction agency said they are hoping to complete 70 to 80% of housing and infrastructure by the end of 2016. And majority of industries are close to returning to its levels before the disaster. Partially true, many of the fisheries and related industries have recovered, but many have not.
The population is falling rapidly. People are not returning, and younger ones are leaving to seek better opportunities elsewhere.
Experts fear that it will be a decade still until these cities are rebuilt to its full capacity, by which the aging problems are more acute in these areas. Terrence Terrashima, CCTV, Iwate Prefecture.